What's up, YouTube? It's Wayne with Wayne's Fish World, and I'm proud to finally release this video. This is the build of my new 20-gallon long saltwater reef tank. I think we're mainly going to go with a lot of SPSs in this tank, but I can tell you right now it is going to be and there goes a rabbit, a random rabbit, wow. But this is going to be a mainly SPS reef tank, but it's going to be a mixed reef tank. And my thoughts are still in my head constructing on how it's going to work, but I can tell you right now what I've got planned and what's going on. I'm going to release this video mixed with a lot of other videos, so it comes out as one probably super long video and showing you how I built it, and I'm going to release the video when the entire tank is set up. So basically, let me show you what's going to happen. So the top tank is a 20-gallon long, the bottom is a 20-gallon high. There's going to be one more tank in this entire system, but it's not showing right now. It's going to be a 10-gallon aquarium raised above the 20-gallon high. That's going to be my auto top-off system, and basically I'm going to get a ball valve, a float valve, not a ball valve, but a float valve. And a float valve is going to be in this part of the tank, in the sump, and it's going to basically, when the water level drops, the ball valve will go down, allowing more water to come into the tank from the auto top-off system. So the auto top-off system is going to be gravity fed, no electricity. I'm going to try to save electricity with this tank, and I planned out a few other things. My return pump is going to be my return pump, my circulation pump, and my well, a sump pump is your filter pump, but it's going to power the filtration. It's going to return the water from the sump to the display and act as a circulation pump. How am I going to achieve this? I'm going to either have extra big drain holes, or I'm going to have extra big overflow holes. So that's another thing. I'm debating, do I drill the glass with a glass cutter? And the glass cutter is basically a circle with diamond encrusted edges. I've never cut glass like that. I've cut glass at work all the time. I've cut glass for a hobby, but I've never actually cut a circle into glass. That's very difficult. It takes a little bit of practice, and I'm not sure if I want to, get a 20-gallon long and just off the back, no experience of cutting circles in glass. And just try to perform it right off the back. So I'm thinking maybe I'm going to buy some sheet glass that's cheap at Lowe's or something, and just get some practice in with it. And if I feel comfortable, I can drill a circle in the glass and put some bulkheads on it and have my overflow, so you don't see any pipes in the tank. You just have a clean aquarium with minimum equipment in the tank. So basically what I'm thinking, I want my overflows to be in the back, on the back wall, and my returns, I don't know how I'm exactly do it, but I want them to be down here. I'm thinking about maybe having like a T outside of the tank, so basically water flows in, but there's a pipe that goes up, and there's also a pipe that goes down, and it will break the siphon. I'm not too sure how I'm going to do that yet, but I still think I'm going to lead to PVC pipes, DIY overflows, because it's simple, it's easy, and it's risk-free, and I can teach you guys how to do it. Also, a glass cutter is kind of expensive. I think a ½ inch is around $46, so I probably want a little more drainage than a ½ inch, or I'm going to have multiple drains, and finding bulkheads that small isn't going to be easy. But I have planned out a few things, and I'm going to start off with the sump. The sump is a 20-gallon high, and it's going to have a deep sand bed in it. 4-inch deep sand bed. That's going to be around 39.6 pounds of live sand. Not dry sand, but live sand. I'm starting it all with live sand. I'm going to put the entire deep sand bed there at once just to get the system started. My drainage is probably going to be on the right side. I'm going to have a micron sock on this side, and all this water flow hitting the deep sand bed is going to push air into the deep sand bed, which will basically not allow the deep sand bed to do its work. It's not going to have anaerobic bacteria on this side, at least, of the deep sand bed. So what I think about doing, I think I'm going to have an acrylic panel here and another acrylic panel going that way. So I get like a, I don't know, like that kind of shape, like a trapezoid almost. And I'm going to drill holes on this side and have the water flow out. At least that's my plan so far. A 4-inch deep sand bed. The overflow will be contained in one little box. This entire proportion of the sump is going to be strictly macroalgae, and I might have a chamber on this side or I might not, but the return pump is going to go over here with a titanium heater. I've committed myself to buy a titanium heater because they're badass. For the light on this system, I'm going to have a dual T5 light from my 125. And on the main display, I'm going to have two 36-inch T5s high outputs on top. So basically what I'm telling you guys, my 125 lighting is going to be upgraded. So basically it's going to be just circling system, just like a regular tank, with the other proportion of a 10-gallon up here for auto top off. So it's going to go 20, 10, 20 long up here. Up here. So just got one more thing to show you right now, guys, and this is basically how the stand is going to set up and stuff. A 20-gallon, well, both 20 gallons are a little over 12 and a half inches wide. So basically, show you how I did it. And it fits perfectly on top of the stand. Now you can see I've got a little bit of room on each side, and that's because the light fixture is 36 inches. And you know, if I want to build a canopy on this tank too. The canopy, it's going to have a canopy, I forgot to say that. It's going to have a canopy that I can open up. So basically, you won't see the side of this tank, you won't see this side of the tank, you won't see this back side. The only part of the tank you're going to see is the front. And I'm thinking about scraping that blue spray paint off and putting a black spray paint on it. What do you guys think? Blue spray paint or black spray paint, or like a navy blue spray paint with the ocean? So basically, guys, that's what's going on. The stand is going to be really easy to build. What I'm going to like, the 10 gallon is going to be up on this side with 20 gallon sumps here. Well, since the 10 gallon is so higher up here, it'll be sitting up here with a 20 gallon sitting on the floor. Down here, I'm going to have a shelving compartment for like food, coral food, medicines, carbon, stuff like that, and 2-part B ionic. Everything I need, pretty much, that's not frozen, right there. And I can open the cabinet door up when I build that. And this stand will have plywood around it, and everything's gonna be right there when I need it, and just that much more convenience. B ionic, put it in a high flow area of this tank, probably the return pump or something. Boom, disputes evenly over the tank. So a lot of plans, a lot of planning to do, a lot more to plan, but this tank won't be fully set up until I upgrade my lighting on my 125, because pretty much the old lights on the 125 are going to go into a badass Reef tank, because I've got 2 tanks in the basement and I want one in my room again, and I'm just a little tired of going downstairs every time I want to look at a tank, so I want one in my room. And what better to have upstairs in your room other than an SPS Reef tank? Comment, rate, and subscribe. And this video is kind of long, so I realize I can't put it into multiple segments, so this is going to be part 1 of the 20-gallon long Reef build. Comment, rate, subscribe, guys. Stay tuned to future videos. If they don't come out soon, within a week or so, they will come out. And if you're new to my channel, check out my other videos, guys. I've got a 125-gallon Planet tank, I've got a 55-gallon saltwater tank, and I've got a 1,500-gallon koi pond. You can find some videos to have fun with. Later, guys.